Welcome back to Mr. Keller's math class. Sorry for the hair. The quarantine thing has not allowed me to get a haircut. So you guys stick with me here and we'll try to get through this. All right, today's lesson 7.6 in your on your reteach is on pyramids. Okay, pyramids is a unique shape. It's something that it's going to be a couple shapes that in two-dimensional that we've come together, and we're going to find out the surface area of the pyramid, what's on the outside and the base. If you remember maybe from last year or in previous years, a pyramid is made up of what? Yes, triangular sides that all meet. Okay, we have a square pyramid that we're going to talk about and a triangular pyramid. Those are the two we're going to talk about today to find the surface area. So as you can see here, this is a square pyramid. Now why is it called square? Well, we know there's a triangular base, or sides. Okay? The reason why it's called a square pyramid is based upon the size or the shape of the base. In this case, it's a square. So here's the net for this particular one. As you can see, that is the base. So it's going to be named a square pyramid. And then you have your triangular sides. What happens is your base is there, these all fold up, and you have yourself a square pyramid. With the square pyramid, okay, so let's think about that. We talked about it has a square base, triangular sides. So how many triangular sides will it have? We talked about it looks like this is a net. So it's going to have 4 triangular sides. Okay? Well, let's do an example of a square pyramid before we get into the triangle. That way it can kind of help you out and you can kind of walk along with me. So on your reteach page, number 2, on your reteach page that's uploaded for you, we're going to go over this one. This is what it looks like put together. So they're asking us to find the surface area. They want to know the surface area of not only the sides but also the base. And let's say we're going to paint it, we're going to wrap it or do something with it. So let's first find the square or the area of the base, which we know is a square. So we know if one side's 14, then the other side's got to be 14. So 14 times 14 is 196, in this case, centimeters squared. Okay? The other base, now we're going to find the size of the triangles. If we said the base, and I'll use this as an example, is 14, and then down here, the height is 20, what are we going to do there? It is a triangle, remember. So we're going to take the sides, we're going to take 14 times 20, but what else do we have to do here? We have to multiply this by what? A half, because it's a triangle. Very good. So you're going to get your triangle is going to now equal what? 140. But what do we know about this? How many are there? We talked about that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 of those. So 140 times that, we go ahead and we get 560 centimeters squared as our sides. So this, all the green here on the outside will equal 560. So now what do we do? Yes, absolutely correct. You're going to add, so you're going to add 560 plus 196, and if you did that right, you're going to get 6 and then a 5, 756, and in this case, it's 756 centimeters squared. So that is a square pyramid. Now, if you want to pause and go back and look at that, I think the numbers are pretty clear. I know last time maybe I didn't, the numbers weren't as clear. Now, let's look at a triangular pyramid. So what do you think about a triangular pyramid? What do you think's happening there? Okay, yeah, good. We have a triangular base. So there's a triangular base. And once again, a pyramid has triangular sides that all meet at the top. So boom, that's going to be our triangular base. So in that case, we have a triangle base, and in this case it's equilateral, meaning all sides are the same. A triangle base and triangle sides. Now, what do you think about the sides? How many are there? 7, 4, 2? Well, there's 3 sides to a triangle, and there's a triangle off of each side, so there are actually 3 sides. So there are 3 sides. So now let's do this calculation. This is number 1 on your in your reteach section. So if that's the case, zoom that in for you a little bit. Now I've kind of drawn this out here. This is actually our triangle base. It's an 8 base with the height of this triangle being, so our base is 8, and they're saying the height of that triangle is 6.9. So if we're going to figure out the base, and this is kind of how I want you to do this, so that way you're kind of following your work. Now, I'm not going to be able to see your work when you do it, but this is definitely going to help you out as you break it down, and I'll explain to you if you have questions. So we're going to go 8 times 6.9. Is that it? Yes, we have to times it by half once again because it's a triangular base as opposed to this was a square base. So you got 8 times 6.9 times a half. And in this case, you're going to get 27.6 inches squared. Now we have the sides. The sides are going to be a 12, or excuse me, an 8 base. So we know that the base is all 8s. What do we know about the height of this triangle? Each triangle. The height is 12. So we're going to take 8 times 12 times a half. And that's going to equal 48. Now what do we know about 48? That is one of the sides. How many sides again? There are, in a square, triangle, there are 3 sides. So we're going to take 48 times 3, 144. So then to find the surface area, we are going to take, surface area meaning SA, it's going to be 144 plus 27.6. That's going to get you to equal 171.6 inches squared. Okay, so if you're looking at that, that's good. You should be able to see both of those pretty good on your screen. Okay. So that's pyramid. So the way today's assignment is going to work is I'm going to give you the assignment. It's going to be on your Google Classroom. Make sure you follow along with that, and I'll give you a couple days to do. So this will be actually due on Wednesday. And then there will be a few problems. Actually, it'll be due on Thursday. There's a couple problems that we're going to actually do. You're going to have some that, if you have questions, there's some review questions as well that you're going to have to kind of go through. But this is pyramids, okay? Remember, it's named by its base, and they all have triangular sides, okay? You guys are doing a super job getting your assignments in. I've enjoyed the contact with you via email or Google Hangout. If you've had questions, you've had some really good questions. I know we're concerned about our grades, and that's important to me because I know you care. Again, stay healthy. If you're still working with your friends and your family, whatever it may be, communicating that's good that you're there for them as well. And if you have any questions via math, I'm here for you. But other than that, that's pyramids, and good luck on the lesson. If you have any questions, make sure you email, and I'll be happy to answer. All right, have a good day.